guys, Spencer here with H Massage, back with another video. Today we are going over the calves, the Achilles, the heel, and any of the lower leg muscles associated with the calves. Let's jump right into it and start going over some of these deep tissue massage techniques. Now I know what you're thinking, 12 minutes of calves? That is a lot of massage on the calves. And you'd be right, there are a lot of techniques I'm showing here, and in a normal 60-minute massage or even a 90-minute massage, you're not going to be able to spend 12, 13, 15 minutes on the calves unless the client specifically is asking for that area. And then sometimes I'll spend 30 minutes on the calves if that's what it takes. And there's two main components of these techniques I want you guys to take away from this. The number one, first and foremost, is to go slow. You know I'm a broken record when I say that, but I've had many massages where the therapist goes way too fast on the calves and around the knees, and it just burns. Ooh, it is not comfortable. So don't be that therapist. And number two is to really address the entirety of the calves. So yes, we will be going over a lot of techniques with the calves, but not only just the meat of the calves, the lower leg, but we need to look at how the calves connect both down into the foot, into the plantar fascia, and up past the knee, past the popliteal fossa, and connecting up to the femur. The calves run the entire length of the lower legs. And when I say calves, we're primarily talking about gastroc and soleus, the two big, strong primary movers of the calves. There's also the peroneals on the outside, and we're hooking into the medial aspect where we can sink into some of the deeper layers that are usually responsible for shin splints, runner's knee, or just generalized pain and tension throughout the leg. When starting the calf massage, I really like to start at the Achilles tendon and the heel itself. The gastroc soleus inserts into the calcaneus and the heel, becoming the Achilles tendon itself. I'm just saying, I've never seen the gastroc soleus and the Achilles tendon in the same room before. So I find a lot of benefit from beginning on the Achilles, releasing the attachment points at the heel, the calcaneus, and then starting to work up towards the knee as we warm up. You'll see that I tend to transition back to the Achilles, to the peroneals on the distal attachment or further away from the knee, and I just tend to spend a lot of time closer to the ankle, warming up with petrissage, that's our lifting, squeezing movement, doing some small circular friction, or even some static holds on the area with very light, almost finger mobilization, just shifting not even the muscles, but the skin and the fascia, and anything that feels stuck. It's just as important, though, to get into the big, meaty parts of the gastroc soleus up towards the knee, and then the peroneals, these long, thin muscles that run up the length of the outside of the calf. And there, we're going to work on separating out the peroneals and going slow. Calves are very fascia heavy, there's a lot of connective tissue within them, and if a therapist works this area too quick, it's going to burn. I know I already said this, but I really want to drive it home. It's gonna hurt, the client's not gonna like it, they're gonna be wriggling around in pain most likely, because when we work fascia too quickly, it just burns. So we need to avoid burning, alright? We are not a fire. We put the fires out. Now with that beginning ramble finished, just addressing all of the thoughts I had about calf massage, the Achilles tendon massage, let's get into some of the actual techniques I'm doing. You'll notice I like my knuckles a lot for calves. I'm also using my fingertips combined together. I will warm up with my thumbs, but I'm not using them for most of the massage. The calves are strong, and we don't want to jam our thumb right into the meat of the soleus muscle because it's going to hurt your thumb. Even if it feels good for a client, you can't do that for thousands of clients without injuring your joint. So you'll see that I constantly switch to fingertips, knuckles, and eventually forearms on the calves. These allow for much greater pressure, much broader area, and it's saving my joints. It's also important to note that I'm keeping a straight wrist in any of the movements I do. We don't want to hyperextend our wrists, but I'm always working towards the heart, starting at the Achilles tendon and then working up towards the back of the knee. Important to know, we never press on the popliteal fossa unless we're doing some specific work into the popliteus itself. You generally want to lighten up drastically or just avoid it at all costs. No pressing on the back of the knee, or they'll find you. So we're taking our time, we're using the depth of our knuckles and just working up the tightness, up the calves. Any area you feel that is stuck together, feel free to spend some extra time there. Maybe throw in some vibrations, get more specific if you have to. There's not a lot of glory to calf massage per se, since it's a lot of the same technique, just addressing the same muscles. But it does feel very good for clients. You'll see coming up that we're gonna use some motion with the leg. We're gonna bend the knee, and that's gonna put the calves into a great position to soften the muscles and really work some of those deep layers such as tibialis posterior. And then you'll notice I'm gonna start using my forearms to sink to an even deeper level of muscles. Remember, deep tissue does not have to start deep. You always work up into that pressure, and we really don't even have to press that hard for so long. Here, I am bracing both sides of the calf and then doing finger circles, focusing on the medial and lateral aspects, really pressing in and squeezing each side. Following through with the thumbs, but once again, that's not a lot of thumb pressure. Don't go killing your thumbs. You see how they're flat and supported. As previously mentioned, I tend to draw back to the heel, to the base of the foot, to the calcaneus. Right there, I'm working those lateral ligaments and tendons within the ankle. This area is going to be a main area that people injure when they roll their ankle. When somebody rolls their ankle, more times than not, they've torn or sprained those outside ligaments. So you'll find a lot of scar tissue in there. And then finally, we're getting into the raised calf position. As I said, I just love this technique. Rest their foot on your shoulder. You're going to have to get okay with feet if you do this. And then you'll notice how much those calf muscles soften up and really let our fingers sink into them. I'm using all of my fingertips together, so we're not using 2 thumbs, we're using 8 fingertips, much safer on our hands. And just take your time here, have some fun with it. Find the areas that need attention. Last but not least, now that the area is extremely warmed up, I'm coming in with the forearm and elbow, and I'm really gonna sink in. And you'll see that I actually run the forearm parallel with the calf to make it a lot less intense. If you run your forearm perpendicular with the calf, it's gonna add a lot more pressure, which is good in some cases, but you don't always need that intensity. It can help to broaden your surface, and I find that it is plenty deep. Finish up with some cooling down moves, kind of running back to our warm-ups, the petrissage, the light Swedish, long flowing strokes, and another nice static hold on the heel. As we finish up, wrap up the leg and cover it up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it helped you out. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.